There's a ballot initiative that would basically allow the people of Colorado to vote on whether or not they should legalize marijuana. And I'm not talking about legalizing marijuana for medical purposes, but legalize marijuana for anyone over the age of 21. Basically, if this is approved, anyone over the age of 21 can have limited amounts of marijuana in their possession, and they can also cultivate a limited amount of the marijuana. Now, of course, they're doing this because it doesn't make sense to throw these people in prison. I can't believe marijuana is still considered a Schedule I drug, which basically means it's the most harmful and it has absolutely no medical use. But Colorado, I think, is taking the lead when it comes to legalizing, a relatively harmless drug. I'm not saying it doesn't have any harm or cause any harm, but relative to other drugs, it's harmless. Relative to alcohol, it's harmless.
Yeah. Now, of course, the federal government will be cracking down viciously on Colorado if this happens.
Yes.
President Obama promised that he would not interfere with the state's laws on medicinal marijuana when he came in, and actually for the first 2 years delivered. In fact, there was this thing called the Ogden Memo where they said, if you're following the state law, we will not interfere in your business, okay? And so medicinal marijuana flourished in states like California, Colorado, et cetera. And what happened? President Obama then renominated to the DEA someone who was a Bush appointee, and she actually wrote a new memo saying, nah, forget the Ogden Memo. We're going to go gangbusters after the states. We're going to crack down on all dispensaries. Not only that, we're going to take it to another level. Say that if a state employee sanctions this under state law, which would be legal in their own state, we might consider that a federal crime and arrest the state employee, which of course scared the living daylights out of all the state employees. So the state of Washington reeled it back, state of Rhode Island reeled back their laws because they didn't want to have their state employees arrested. And they went on a great number of raids. I don't know if it's because President Obama is a conservative politically. That's what he is. I mean, his internal nature is whenever there's an issue, I'm going to side with the conservatives. Or it's just that he's so deathly afraid of ever being criticized on an issue that wasn't even relevant. Who would have noticed if he put in a Democrat at the DEA instead of a Bush lackey? And someone who is so strident on this issue. Who would have noticed? Nobody would have noticed. But he's so deathly afraid of any criticism from the right that he's like, okay, let me find the most strident right-winger on marijuana and put them at the head of the DEA so that they could get rid of what we've done in the last 2 years and actually take us further right-wing.
Do you think it goes deeper than that, though? Because just like any war, the war on drugs is highly profitable for private companies, private contractors. Don't you think that possibly, he might have spoken to a few of these private contractors, members of his own administration might have talked to some of these private contractors, and all of a sudden, they switch up that memo? I mean, I don't think that that's too far-fetched. I mean, to say Obama is afraid of conservatives, I think kind of like it's just the surface of the situation. It's just the surface of the problem. I feel like it goes much deeper than that.
Look, it could be any of those, but here's what you can't do. You, as a Democrat or progressive, liberal, anything you want to call it, or it does mainstream independent, okay? It's over 70% of the country is in favor of medicinal marijuana. Over 70%, okay? Now, what would you lose? There is no defense of it. So it's one of those options, but it isn't because, Obama thinks it's what his voters wanted him to do? That's inconceivable. Overall voters, inconceivable. So, I love what Colorado's doing here, but they better watch out for Obama, because if they pass the right laws, he'll come and crack their skulls.
Right.
And you wonder why we get frustrated at Obama. Why? You think we want to? Every day that I read these stories, I get frustrated, disappointed. Mm-hmm. Every day I think, I can't believe he did it again. We don't have anything against the guy. It's in the evidence. Do you think I made up that he appointed the head of the DEA? Do you think I made up that they went and raided the dispensaries? There's a person working in Northern California with the local sheriff. They tagged every one of the pot plants together, okay, with the sheriff because it's perfectly legal there. And at the same time, in that same part of Northern California, there's a tremendous illegal drug business. They raided the legal place. Now, there's two possible reasons for that. One is, hey, it's easier. This idiot actually tried to work within the law. Let's go bust him up, okay? Because that's easier. Why? I'm going to try to find the illegal drugs. That's hard. But this guy's trying to follow the law, so I'll rob him, and I'll destroy his business, right? Or a second possible reason is what Anna pointed to. The guys trying to do it legally are more dangerous because the pharmaceutical companies are coming out with legal versions of all these drugs. And we're going to need that market cornered for them. The illegal drugs isn't as much of a problem. But if these guys try to make it legal, that'll compete with the pharmaceutical companies. Honestly, I don't know which one of those it is. It's probably a combination of things. And I don't think that Obama's thinking through all those details. But the bottom line is what always happens with Obama, which is that, whoopsie doopsie, look at that. I wound up helping giant corporations and the Republicans. How did that happen? I don't know.